The grind is all the same. What will you find through paper and paint? Staking our claim, making our way to the top, stacking the weight till it drop, packing the whip with these drugs, ready to race at the spot. Heavy to spray when it's ops.
I'll make another video showing you a little more in depth of what I got running here. You know, like for the people who maybe are new to car audio, or you know what I'm saying, right? Like, or like audio in general, because car audio, home audio, it's all the same kind of goal in mind, right? To have banging systems, to have the best, not the best, but the best for you, the best output, the best the best experience when it comes to music, right? Like, with sometimes it's expensive, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's whatever you can do with what you got, right? So yeah, man, I think car audio and home audio and in general, is just a great hobby. I love this stuff. I love electricity. I just love making shit go boom, bro. So yeah, basically, like, the only difference between a car and what I have here set up is, instead of this AC DC converter, it would be the battery or a capacitor if that's what you're using, or what I'm saying, or whatever, right? So yeah, basically what I have going on here is I'll do this one first. This is a little AC DC converter. It's 1,000 watts, right? And yeah, it's just what it sounds like. It's an AC DC converter. It converts 120 volts AC to 12 volts DC, right? For the amp, right? And the amp is also 1,000 watts. It's a Boss. It's a Boss Riot, 1,100 watts, whatever. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like, obviously, it's not. It's not like. I forget the exact term, but back when I was doing this like every day, there's like a term that amps use to like really specify their actual output, because a lot of amps, they say like 1,000 watts, 2,000 watts, and then you get like distortion, or you get like clipping, or what do you call it? You know what I'm saying, right? It doesn't really output what it says the output. Some amps, some amps really do say the output. It's TD something total noise to. So I forget the exact term, but maybe someone in the comments can leave the exact term I'm talking about. It's the percentage or the coefficient or the value of how much power the amp really makes based on noise, or not noise. I mean, everything's noise, right? But anyways, you know what I'm saying, right? So 1,100 watts the amp. 1,000 watts the AC/DC converter rating, so it's about the same, right? Like, obviously, you can turn the gains down. You can do a lot to balance it more, right? Obviously, in a car, you would have the same kind of issues that would arise from this. This is just a battery, right? 12 volts battery, right? So you're gonna see like the lights will kind of dim because I have the gains on max right now. I'll walk through the amp settings in a bit just to finish this little thing, right? So yeah, like I was saying, it's 1,000 watts. 1,000 watts AC/DC converter, rated for 1,000 watts, right? So obviously it's gonna power anything up to 1,000 watts pretty good. And I've been running it continuously for well, not continuously for some days, but every day for the last, I want to say, since the video I made the last time, the most recent video, I've been running this amp setup for like 6-7 hours a day straight, and it's fucking good. Obviously, like, I'm gonna move it around the room and stuff, like I said, right? Like, I was thinking about putting back in the car if I do get another car soon. But yeah, for right now it's in the room, and I'm gonna make it look kind of like nice. Room's a little bit of mess. I'm doing some whatever other stuff, but anyways, back to the main topic at hand, right? So that's the AC/DC converter. And like in a car, over here somewhere, I think I have the inline. Yeah, it's the inline fuse. It's a AGU fuse, not the other one, the bigger ones, right? But whatever, right? So this was your battery in the car, in the either trunk, if it's a auxiliary or secondary battery, and or if it's from the main battery in the engine bay, then you'd have this wire running through the firewall somehow, or what I'm saying, or under the car, if it was like zero gauge. Like, I used to have the zero gauge back in the car before I crashed it a while ago. But anyways, yeah, so this is basically the same setup you'd have in a whip, in a car, right? And then I just have a signal wire going from my main amp, which should be like the deck in a car, right? Like, what I'm saying? So this is your battery. This would be like powering the sub. And then the deck, your Sony, your Kenwood, your whatever deck you got, your Pioneer, DEH, whatever the fuck it is you got, would be your signal, right? And then, you would run the signal to the amp to get the amp to, have some kind of signal to relay to the sub, and then this will power the sub, right? So battery, deck, right? Amp, whatever, right? So I have the sub wired in 4
2
ohms
ohms.
DVC. It's a older style audio Q hdc4 aluminum voice coils. You can see the unboxing video I made like 11 or 12 years ago. I forgot how long ago it's been, but it's been a long time. But still slapping hard. This is just another it's just another statement or example of quality, like get what you pay for. Like 11 years old, like yeah, I slapped it around a bit, what I'm saying. Like it's been in my room. This hasn't bumped since I crashed the car all those years ago. So I crashed the car like 10 years ago, and it hasn't bumped for 10 years. I stored it like in my room, whatever, is my nightstand over there for like a long time, whatever. But this just goes for no dry rot, nothing stiff. Like I haven't used it as much as I wanted to when I had it in the car. So what I'm saying, it's still pretty much brand new, minus a few little scrapes and stuff here, like a little whatever, but still pounds hard as fuck. Still fucking like just as good as the day I got it. Even better now because it's finally getting broken in properly. It didn't even break in all the way when I had it in the whip, right? So I'm saying, right, this is just an example of when you pay for quality shit, you get quality shit, right? Like they don't even make it anymore. When I bought this, obviously SoundCube now is AQ, right? But AQ, when I bought this, was a top of the line speaker. I think I paid like $500 or $600 for this speaker, back in 2011 or 12 or something like that, 13 maybe. I can't remember exactly the year, but it definitely was a long time ago. I was like still in high school, probably, maybe, fuck. But anyways, what I'm saying, bang for your buck, is always gonna be something that is like the eye of the beholder, like beauty, right? Because everyone's bang is different for their buck, and everyone's buck is different for their bang, right? So for me, I like to go, quality all the time. Right? Like all this stuff here is maybe not the most expensive, most highest brand stuff, but it gets the job done. Like I'm saying, right? Like you could do a lot with a little bit. You could do a lot with a lot. You could do a little bit with a lot, right? It's all about how you want to, spend your money and what is important to you. For me, I care about the subwoofer. I spend the most money on subwoofer. I spend, six. Even if I were to buy a new one, I'd buy like, a super awesome sub, like, what I'm saying. Not like I like my old videos. I had Insignias. The very first had kicker CVRs. Like even the unboxing video, you can see the difference between this is a 12-inch and the kicker was a 12-inch CVR, and it's like complete night and day. It's like it's even the same sub because. I'm saying? I believe in the subwoofer more than anything else on the box, right? Like the box is banged up a little bit, but it still does the job, ported correctly, tuned correct. Like I spent more time on the sub box than I did, on anything else really, because the box is important. Because everything else, is secondary, right? In my experience, I've been doing this continuously for a while, but I've always been in audio, right? I've always been an audio kind of guy, right? So in my experience, right, which is, like a decade and a bit of experience, I can say, for me personally, I can't talk for everybody else, but besides me, is that the sub and the box will be the defining factor on the total output, performance, and liveliness of the system, right? Like the star of the show for me is this, right? Some people think it's the battery, the power, the this. Like I've had great results with some of this box. You can see my videos before, man. Like telling you, underpowered, 750 watts, still slapping hard. Now it's 1,000 watts, slapping even harder in my room, right? Like it's all about what you want to value. Everyone's different, right? Like some people think that the sub doesn't matter as much as the amp or the power or the box, or I've seen people with complete like budget bills, but they spent money on the subwoofer and the box, or sometimes not even the subwoofer. Sometimes they spent like it was like a whatever pile sub or like a whatever, like not this is technically a competition sub, but what I'm saying, right? They would spend like no money, like monetarily low value sub, right, with a monetary low value amp and a capacitor like 5 farads, like capacitor, like not the best, not even the best, but not like the most oh wow, whatever shit, right? But still beat up people who spent thousands of dollars on stuff, because it's all about quality and not quantity, right? You could have a lot of shit, but a person with a little bit of not shit is gonna slap harder than, you know what I'm saying, right? Like you take time to focus on the things that matter, you know what I'm saying? Like the box is gonna slap hard as fuck than, you know, 15-inch with 10,000 watts, you know, on the wrong box. It's not ported right at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not tuned right. The TS on the sub is saying like, you know, 30 hertz, 42 hertz, whatever. And your box is prefab, and you know what I'm saying? You don't care because you think that bigger is better, and the more power you throw at the sub is gonna, you know, make it louder. But, you know, in theory, you're right. But, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you have to understand that subwoofers and all the sound stuff, you know, it needs particular parameters to be functioning at the highest proficiency of its, you know, ratings, right? So like if you're happy with your setup, let's say you spent, you know, X amount of money on Rockford Fosgate, or you spent X amount of money on, you know, Hyphonics amp, or, you know, whatever, battery, excess power, whatever, alternator, everything is charging good, and you're still hidden below the mark you're supposed to hit. You see your friend with a fucking Home Depot build, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, and slapping harder dBs than you, and you're thinking like, what the fuck am I doing wrong? It's not you're not doing anything wrong. It's just, you know, you didn't take the time, which is fine. It's not a wrong thing to not take the time to understand something more proficiently than what you have already understood it to your level of knowledge, right? Because I was the same way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know nothing about nothing when I started this. So I'm telling you, as you know, a person's been in it, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to try different things and not get it, because when you try something you don't get it, you know not to try that again, and then you can try something different. Then, you know, always keep trying different things, because something's gonna hit eventually, right? And it's like, yeah, if you take time to construct the box properly, and like this is box just tuned to 42 hertz, just around there, 42 hertz. The sub is rated for 42 hertz. You know, everything, you know, is good. That's what I'm saying. You know, like it's all about your. That's what I love about car audio, man. It's such a personal like thing, right? Like anyone can do anything. Anyone can build anything. Anyone with any amount of money can have a fun time, because it's not about the money. It's not a hobby about the money or what the flashy. It's about, yo, man, like fuck, bro, like you made my head vibrate. You made my hair vibrate. You made your window explode. Like fuck, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Holy crap, it's just such an experience. It's just, you know what I'm saying? And it always blows my mind to see people have fun over and over, you know, with the same, like, technology. So it's all electricity. It's all ohms. It's all V equals IR. It's all that regular shit you learn in school. But look at the application that you can have with something if you understand it a little more fundamentally than your basic knowledge or your average Joe would, right? That's what I'm saying. The good thing about car audio, the thing that I like the most about it, is it challenges people to step out of their normal, you know, I understand how electricity works. I understand the difference between DC and AC, but do you understand the difference between, you know, 32 hertz and 40 hertz? Do you understand the difference between, you know what I'm saying, like preamp, pre-out voltage, all that stuff, right? Like all that stuff that you wouldn't necessarily have known, that's actually applicable to a lot of other things too, and like, you know, generally in life, you know, comes from, you know, hobbies and shit, right? Anyways, going back to what I'm saying here is, right, the fucking amp is good. It's a Boss, whatever, with the 1100 watt. I told you, right? Riot, right? We're gonna play a little. So right now, I'm just gonna show you a little. I'll tell you about how I have the amp tuned, right? So the amp comes with a 18 dB bass boost. I have it turned off right now. I do have it turned on when the amp I'm running, the main amp, is powering. It's powering the. I have an edifier here that I'm running in conjunction with this, right? So the edifier plays with this because I'm running signal from the amp, right? And the amp is running signal to the subwoofer and the subwoofer as well, and to this amp here, right? So two subs, one signal split, whatever, right? So this is edifier is really good too. Before I got this in here, this was banging hard as fuck. I can play you a demo for this later if you guys want to see the edifier. Let me know in the comments below, whatever. But yeah. So I do have the 18 dB bass boost on when this amp is running anything below around 15 dBs when it's set really low, because unfortunately the issue with this sub is that it takes a lot of power to run, and when the main amp is running low, it's not giving the signal as high as the sub needs it to perform at a good rate, at a good proficiency, let's say, as when it's like 30 or 28 dBs, right? So when I have it, I'm gonna play it really loud for you. I'm gonna play it like how I normally play it, like when I'm like here I like 28 dBs, 30 dBs, so show you what it sounds like without the bass boost on. I have the low pass frequency set to around 62 hertz, around there, 63 hertz, and I do have the option enabled for, I'll just show you right here quick. I have the option enabled here for the sensitivity It was normally set to two point what does it say there, 2 point something volts, 2.8 volts, but I have it set to the other one because the way how the waves the way how what, not the waves, man, what the fuck am I saying, what am I saying here, the way how the way how the amp processes power from the AC/DC converter, right? Like in the car you might be able to keep that normal and you might sound like good, but for some reason I don't know exactly why. Maybe someone in the comments can let me know exactly why. But I think my theory is that because the AC wave, right, is being converted to it's not like direct DC right away from a car battery, right? It's AC then DC. So sensitivity is when it's normal 2 volts is not hitting the sub, right? Like it sounds really like not even on, right? So I had a hard time trying to. I put the gains, I put the bass boost. I didn't even touch that because I'd never even really touched that before in the car. But this is my first time doing a car audio, home audio thing. So I turned it on and then boom, it started working great. So I have that on right now. I have the bass boost off. I have the gain set to 100% max. Have the gains are 100% max. The bass knob here that comes with the amp is set to 0 right now, right? And so yeah, I covered the low pass frequency. I covered the gains. I covered the dB, bass boost, and I covered the voltage sensitivity, whatever. We're gonna go to 30 here. Let me just play it. Before I play the track, actually, I just want to say, because it's not my song, it's Netflix. The artist is Netflix, and the song name is 6 Shots, right? You can see right here, Netflix, 6 Shots, whatever. Right, just letting people know if it's not my song. It's not. I'm not trying to. No, it's a great. I love Netflix. I've been listening to Netflix for a long time. It's a great bumping tracks. It's great like notes for subs. Like it's all sick, you know. Like anyways, but yeah. So we're gonna play that now. We're gonna go to 30. We're gonna start at 30, and I'm gonna start the bass. I'm gonna start the bass knob at 0. And
Welcome to my party. We're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare starring. Hand me a drink 'cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a street cookie, catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scores, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car. Wake up in a bar, I'll be a superstar. Just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre. Empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face, and I wanna get lost. I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy. Don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots. Are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost. I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy. Don't think I'll get home safe. Taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots. Are you coming with me? Sometimes you need to let loose, grab juice, get goose, tattoos, taboos, get screwed. Loosen up, buttercup, all those hate comments will never make you feel enough. We're all adequate graduates, hearts full of calluses, but we know calculus. Damn, ain't that fabulous? Can't wait to apply all those mathematicus. But we can't get a job that pays us enough. I'm about to pop up. Fuck you, you're lost. We all know that.
So that's basically that, right? And then I'll show you guys how it sounds with the bass boost on. And for the bass boost, because it's on, right, I turned the gains from all the way max. I turned the gains down by like almost half, right? So I have the gain set to full when it's on not bass boost, and then when bass boost set to half, because you know, to avoid clipping and shit. Because bass boost, anything bass boost is always adds distortion no matter what, right? So I try to reduce that distortion by offsetting the bass boost with the gains, right? Because right, you still want it to sound kind of good. You don't want to sound clippy, right? So that's what I do. I change the gains to around half from full, and then I change the low pass frequency from 60 hertz. I put it down to 50 hertz, right? So the hertz are 50 now from 60, and the gains are now half from full, around half. I'm sure that's around. It's around half there, right? Okay, sick. All right, so I'm gonna show you now how it sounds. Bass knob is off, right? Bass knob is off, set to minimum, set to the minimum, right? And I'm gonna play a different track here. I'm gonna play not a Netflix song, but I'm gonna play it's called Worth Nothing featuring Oliver Twist. I think it's from Fast and the Furious. Tokyo Drift maybe or something. Right? So that was 30 before. So let's go 12. Right? Let's go 12 and I'll show you guys the reason why I have the bass knob set to around half. Right? Half for now. Right? Half. Right? So 12, right? 12. Here's how it sounds low with the bass boost off, right? Oh shit, the bass boost is off. Okay, so that's how it sounds with the bass boost off at 12, right? So here's what I'm saying, right? So bass boost is off, it's at 12, right? So it still sounds bassy, you can still hear the bass, but it's not like, So I will turn, even when I have the gains on max and I have everything how I said it at 30, it still doesn't sound like powerful because, like I said, right, it's only powerful on those settings at 30 or above 20, let's say, or a higher dB on the amp, because the power that is coming from the higher dB from the amp in front of signal is gonna make the sub, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, it's gonna make the sub play at a lesser, more, or a lower or higher volume, or you know what I'm saying, loudness based on like the amp, right? So when the amp is high, the sub is high. When the amp is low, the amp is low. So to offset that, right, here's the bass boost on now, right? So bass boost is on, right? Bass boost is on now, and it's 12 again, right? 12, same down change, right? So now let's see how it sounds. Let's see how it's moving a little. Feels a bit better. See how it sounds a lot more full. It sounds more, you know what I mean, right? So I can even turn it up to like, say 18, right? 18 is moving. 18 is moving even a little like, like how it was at 30, right? It's like, right? But if I turn it off, if the bass was off at 18, right? You see that? So no more bass, right? Right? But if I turn the bass boost back on at 18, saying nothing changed except for the bass boost that was on, right? You'll see how it kind of affects, right? I'm sure you guys can hear the difference with the on and off, right? So this track is called Rumors by Netflix, the Netflix song Rumors, right? Bass boost is on, and it's at 18, right? It's at 18. Let's do 16. Let's do lower and see how it sounds with right? Moving. You see it's moving, right? You see it's right? Right? And then here's bass boost off, right? No more movement, right? It's still sounding like, bassy, but not as full as where bass boost is on, right? You hear the difference, right? Right? There's a difference there, right? Right? And if you turn it louder with the bass boost on, it kind of starts to distort, kind of clip. That's why I take the bass boost off when it's louder, right? Obviously, right? Like, you got what I'm saying, right? Right? Hear how it sounds a little clippy, sound a little echoey, right? Right? Still sounds good, still sounds great, but you see what I'm saying, right? That's why like 14, 12, that's what I do with the bass boost around that range, because I don't need it on for when it's louder, right? Like, I'll put it back to how it was, full gain up, and frequency will pass to around 60 again, right? Right? And then look, I'll turn it up to like 30, 32, right? Really good, really nice, really sounds full, really sounds crisp, really sounds like, as supposed to sound and everything. That's what I'm saying, right? Like, I don't really like the bass boost on. I'm not a big fan of bass boost, because I don't really like the whole fact that, it's artificially boosting the bass to give the sub, right, which at a loud volume like 30, it sounds like, you know, absolute garbage when the bass boost is on. Because the bass boost, when it's off, the sub hits a more natural movement, a more natural linear displacement, right? That's what I'm saying. That's the more natural the sub can move, the more natural the sound will sound. The more full, the more accurate, the more, you know, boom, 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 you know, the bass will be. That's why I like it. But on low volumes, there's no bass at all, kind of. That's why I settle for the bass boost, because I know it's not damaging too much when I play it. It's not damaging at all when I play it at very low volumes, because I want the full bass. You know, I want, like, you know, now it's low 6, right? And I'll put the bass boost on at 6. See what I'm saying, right? Right? Bass boost on, and it's moving a little bit. It's a 6, right? It's a 6. Right, so when I'm playing it, you know, late at night, whatever, I don't like to, you know, disturb too many people in the building. I live in a condo, right? So I gotta be respectful at late nights. So I don't mind this. It still sounds full. It sounds like how it sounds on 30 without bass boost, at 6 with bass boost. Right, so that's what I'm saying. That's the two modes that I set it on, right? Right, so, you know, I do like how it sounds. It sounds awesome. Let me know if you guys want to see any other. Sounds fucking nice. That sounds fucking right. That sounds fucking right. That's great. That's great. That's great. So yeah, it's been my little demo, my little whatever, a little more in depth about the sub and what I'm running, and you know what I'm saying, right? Like, if you guys want to see any more videos or anything particular, if you guys want to see something in a car, let me know. It'll probably help me get a car quicker, cause you know, you try to plan life out, you try to do everything you're supposed to do, and still life says fuck you, right? Sometimes, but that's okay. We just keep trying harder. We keep trying different things, like subwoofers. You keep trying different stuff, and still something's gonna hit, right? That's the one thing about like car audio and audio in general that I love, right? Like, you keep trying something until something hits, you know? You keep trying a different configuration until something powers on. You keep trying a different power, a different wire, a different RCA, a different box, so like, you keep trying something different until something works, right? And that's the whole thing about, you know, life, is just, you know, trying something until something works, right? You know, it's not about winning really. It's about, you know, trying. You know, trying is really what it means to, you know, do anything in life, right? So that's what I'm saying. So anyway, that's my little video. That's my little thing. That's my little, you know, whatever. Maybe next time I'll do a walk around the whole house and show you like what it sounds like in the living room and shit. But for now, that's what it is. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. If you have any comments, leave them in the comments. If you have anything to say nice, leave them in the comments. If you have anything to say that's not nice, leave them in the comments, bro. Free speech, bro. But yeah, man, just leave a comment, leave whatever, watch the video, don't watch the video, whatever the fuck you want to do, it's up to you, man. Just saying, this is my shit, this is what I'm up to now. 11 years later, fam, we are here, we're good. Stay bumping them lows, fam. Stay doing everything you gotta do. Stay winning. Stay doing everything that you're supposed to, you know, do for yourself, and keep living out loud, man.